classic mid-range Shaman. It's the same deck list we played before, played pretty well the last time we did it, so didn't really see any reason to go ahead and change things up. I enjoy playing the deck. It performs pretty well. I think it should do fine with the classes we've been seeing, stuff like that. And yeah, I think it was the most viewed video that I've done so far as well, was this Shaman list. So I figured, why not do another one if people enjoyed it. Yeah, between this one and Control Warrior, let me think for a sec. I might want this for some board control, but I kind of want a mulligan for early stuff too. It's usually an aggro paladin, so gonna hang on to that. That's really good. Yeah, between this and Control Warrior, I think those are my most popular videos. Getting good comments on them and likes and stuff like that. Just seeing that, you know, people are actually learning from the videos and enjoying just seeing the deck list and that interaction and stuff. Honestly, just means the world, man. Like, I love doing this, and if people want to watch me do it at the same time, that's, you know, that much better. So, no, I really appreciate it. All the support I've been getting on Twitch, on YouTube, whether it's just views and hanging out, or follows, or subscriptions, or whatever, comments, all that shit. Like, it's just really nice to see. I'll finish my heartwarming talk in a second. It's a little bit greedy to keep stuff alive. Ugh, it's just not mana efficient to do that. This is tough to tell. Because he's got the Acolyte, I gotta think this is more mid-range or control-oriented. But we'd be playing around like Consecrate. But what we hit, we Stormforged. Could also Flame Tongue. No, I don't like that. It's not mana efficient, don't love it, but it's just so good on the board. So yeah, going forward, I think I'm going to do some more Control Warrior. If people enjoy seeing this deck some more, I'll keep running it, because why not? Oh, I actually have to update my title as well. Midrange Shaman. Oh, whoops. Okay. Another interesting moment. This isn't like a face deck by any means, but I actually think just pushing tons of face damage here is our best play. As strange as that is, because we got a lot of burst from like Lava Burst and Lightning Bolts, and we should get a card draw off of that. We can swing this a couple times. Yeah, I think it's fine to play into this. Though he does get the heal, that's true. That's a little bad for us, but not a huge deal. We're fine doing this as well. Just setting up the Argus play. But yeah, if anyone else has suggestions on decks, always happy to play them. I was thinking I would do some Miracle Rogue and maybe Handlock as well. I've touched those classes, but I haven't played those decks. They're pretty prominent in the meta. Interesting. This is actually getting a little bit ugly for us. That's big, though. That is big. I don't think we actually want to do it yet, though. As strange as that seems. Only because this sets us up better for Bloodlust, and we can still Hex and Doomhammer to face if he plays like a Tyrion or something. I think I am going to save that for Tyrion. Okay, so this is 3, 5, 7, 12, Oh, hold on, we do have that though. 3, 6, and 9, 14. Yeah, I mean, not quite enough, but I think we just, again, pummel face. We should be fine. Yeah. Is there any other decks I was thinking of? I don't think so. I might get more into the RPG side of things as well. This Diablo remastered or resurrected, whatever stuff, has certainly got me fired up for that. This isn't lethal, is it? 1, 2, 6. You just don't have enough. I think you just do this. Hope to roll 3s. Well, still not bad. And we got that and that for next turn. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely be playing Resurrected when it comes out, but like I mentioned a few times on here, the fact that I do game design in my spare time, I love it. I said artifacts I put in the description of all my videos. It's a free game that I've made. 10, 15, 18, right? Yeah, and so making more videos on that, maybe streaming some of that gameplay, that kind of thing would be up on the list as well, but not sure how much that interests Hearthstone viewers or any of the other games I've been playing. So yeah, just let me know. I think whatever I end up doing, it's just a million times more fun having the back and forth interaction with people. Like I said, it's just, I don't know, means the world, man. So much fun. But for today, we'll stick with Hearthstone, stick with that kind of commentary. This is tough. I'm very tempted to keep Doomhammer. I just think it's such a good card. I'm even tempted to keep Lava Burst. I think I'm going to get rid of that. I think I can only keep one of those. I don't know which one is better to keep. With the axe, I might have chose wrong. I only think I can keep one because I think it's very important to get out early cards here. I will coin a Loot Hoarder because even this getting hero power down might prevent a Wild Growth play, or else he just leaves it and we Flame Tongue, which is great. It's probably what he's considering here. But the Doomhammer, the reason I keep that is just for the fact that it's like so much ongoing damage, right? You can get, with no Rock Biters, you're getting like 16 damage. Do I place down this? Probably just Toad. So yeah, tons of ongoing damage, and if you're playing more of a token druid than a ramp druid, which I think most things are token oriented, at least in some way. Yeah, there's this Wild Growth kind of off curve there, which is not too bad for us. If we do this, we have 2 mana for Flame Tongue next turn. I think that's fine. Yeah, if it's more token oriented, you can kill stuff with that as well, or even like double swing at a Keeper of the Grove. It's pretty versatile, going to help you maintain board control or deal face damage. So we've got a couple options here. I think we want to deal with this thing though. I think it is important to deal with. Oh, it might have oh, never mind. Just had to check something on Discord. Yeah, I think we do want to deal with this. And I think this is the way to do it. That way we end up just getting a little bit more damage off of this. Bit of a tough call there. I'm not sure that it's the right move, but I'm thinking if he wraths the Flame Tongue, like if we go greedy and we just go face, he can wrath the Flame Tongue and potentially deal with our board with kind of no consequences, which obviously I'm not a fan. Okay. Kind of another tough one. I don't know. I don't know if we want to Doomhammer that down, Doomhammer face. I kind of want to... it's going to overload us by 2. It's a very tough turn. I think I am going to Doomhammer face here. We might end up bumping it at a later turn, but we don't have anything on board to really help deal with it. And I think if he floods the board with more stuff, it's a good Lightning Storm opportunity with Thalnos. And then maybe we just have to like tap it once or something. Okay, I think I'm happy he didn't heal, actually. I was gonna say, even though we don't have a lot of burst in hand, but suddenly we do. Okay, I think similar idea here. Card draw is good because we might get burst. Keep going face, and then if he bumps with either one of these, a little bit easier to kill with Lightning Storm. Just gonna hero power though, okay. That might be our best hex target. I think it is. I think it is like easily our best hex target. Need to think a little bit here. No, we do want to do this. This also might look a little bit weird. Even if we didn't get a taunt totem, I was going to drop that. We could die to combo, right? It's 14, 7, 9, 11. So 25. And then he would just take that out with his face. So it'd be 23. It'd still be enough to kill us. But I don't think we can like play around that. I think we just have to try to survive as long as we can. Hope that he doesn't have it. I feel like he's just doing the math and he is going to kill us. Okay, cool. But yeah, what I was more hoping is this just buys us some time, right? Just get stuff out there. Yuck, that is not good. And then I was hoping we could, 10, 14 to his face next turn kind of thing. But it's not looking that way. So let's go ahead and do... Wait, do we want Peggle or do we want a Totem? I think we want the Totem. Because if we roll Spell Power, this is like crazy good. Alright. And then we just do nothing, right? 7, 13. We're probably dead. Obviously dead to combo, dead to lots of other stuff. Oh, yeah, spell power would have just saved our ass there. But again, I think we just have to hope. Hope he doesn't have it. Hope we draw into a Lava Burst with like those 2 draws and then just Rock Biter. Lava Burst face. Something like that. Does seem like we're getting very lucky here. Now, does that kill him at 16, 15? Yeah, it would. 10, 15. So we still got a chance. Still got a draw. He could heal with another lore, though. Okay, is there anything we could do? Like we can taunt a Pagel. It keeps us alive, but for how long? We could just fire Elemental. 5, 7, 8. Is that any better? Or if we take 7? I mean, these are about equivalent plays. I think, again, you're just praying at this point. Yeah, not super optimistic here. Like a swipe even would kill us. Oh, Savage Roar. There we go. Yeah, would have been surprised if we didn't get it. But I think our only other option was like Pagel, and then you Argus that. He hits, and either you're hitting those 2 with Doomhammer and still ending up dead, or again just kind of praying. So that's all fine. Alright, another Druid. Maybe we can redeem ourselves a little bit. Don't think we want those. I don't think Lightning Bolt is good to start with. I'm not sure about Thalnos. I'm gonna keep it just like mostly for the card drop, but also because Thalnos could be a really nice spell power enabler for like a Lightning Storm or something. You do the same thing and coin the Loot Hoarder. It's less appealing this time, right? He might Hero Power, he might Wild Growth, maybe he's considering the trade-offs here. Last time we had a Flame Tongue to follow it up with, and this time there's at least no guarantee. Yeah, so we're really hoping this Totem saves us, and it does. Wow, and still no Wild Growth, so not a bad start for us. I think we're fine to just play this out. Still no reason to trade, whether Hero Powers or hits with this. Don't have a strong preference even. Ooh, the swipe though. I don't think we actually want to hang on to Thalnos. Yes, the spell power is good. We've got a couple of things that could benefit from it. But I think the card draw is more important. Like, we just have so many spells. Okay, I actually really like this play. I was probably going to Lava Burst if I didn't do this. I'm going to run that in so it doesn't get wrathed or swiped. But hopefully he doesn't like wrath this and then take one out. But even if he does, you know, not the worst thing either. Okay, Okay, there's the swipe. So it is still good that we ran the 1/1 totem in. And we get another Unbound. Okay. I think Unbound Lightning Bolt is the play. I like the board presence. I like the +1/+1 we're going to get. I think it's just solid. We know he's down 2 swipes, which means I'm pretty willing to just flood everything onto the board at this point. Okay, a couple of draws off of that. That is probably a Lava Burst target. Yeah, I mean, this gets juicy. I do wish I had a little bit more mana. But this is going to be good. This is going to buff this up some more. Now, the other guy was running a Harrison Jones. Let's hope that this guy isn't, although his hand is quite full. But I think the damage is going to be relevant. Usually you want to swing with it. Wow, this is an early rag. Nice. But yeah, usually you want to swing for like Doomhammer stuff. Let me just calculate. 5, 7, 9, 12, 14. So I'm not going to have lethal here. That's fine. Very unlikely to die at this point. Yeah, I can't even really think what he would have to come back. Maybe a naturalize or something. That could be. I've seen, I think, like 1 or 2 decks run it, but it is very rare. Okay, combo's gonna help. So he's buying himself a little bit more time. What do we got? We got 5, 8. That's 9, right? 4, 6, 9. Okay, that's fine. I think, I think we'll hold off on that, just in case he does have like an Ooze or a Harrison Jones or something. I don't think I need to play it. Okay, we can still hex this if we need. What does this look like? If we hex, we swing, we got 3, 7, yeah. We're good. We're good. I suppose that's the most efficient way to do it. Very nice. Alright. Redeemed against Druid. I don't think there's many matchups that this deck struggles with. Yeah, I think almost anything in the meta it's got a good chance with. Maybe Zoo is probably its biggest difficulty, but I haven't been seeing that much Zoo. I feel like I see a lot more Handlock and just other classes. Even that weird like mid-range kind of half Handlock, whatever that is, Warlock. It's very, very strange, but I've seen a few people run it now with like the Mogashan Warden. Okay. This is very tough. I'm trying to think now. Ooh, this is really tough. Cairn is great in the matchup. I don't know that we can hold on to it. Doomhammer is great because you're going to be picking at armor. Flame Tongue's good, but only if you have something to Flame Tongue. I'm going to roll the dice a bit. Stuff like this I don't know necessarily the percentage plays, but usually you can win against warrior by just flooding the board with stuff. Obviously, don't overextend into brawl. I think 4 minions is kind of a good rule of thumb to go by. But if you can get like an unbound elemental on the board and then follow that up with some wolves, flame tongues, things like that, very, very tough for warrior to deal with that early game. These are not the kinds of draws you want. This is horrendous. This is a horrible start. I don't think we lose quite yet, but I think we're like in the realm of losing. Okay, this is hilarious and will actually help us. Ugh. Okay, he's gonna probably just axe one of these down. And right now we got nothing good to follow it up with, but if he doesn't have axe, we might be lucky enough to stay in this one. If he's got the 4-3 charge or 2 Corcron, that would also be pretty bad for us. This, though, I feel like is so amazingly lucky for us. Man, we get into the cairn. Why isn't that all highlighted? Doesn't this normally get all sparkly? Seems weird. Okay, I'm gonna rock biter though. The reason that we're rock bitering instead of lightning bolt is I want to be able to play this on 5, potentially play it on 5. I'd actually prefer to play something without overload, just because then we could play one of these on 6, which would just be like the greatest thing ever. But if we draw into, I don't know, like a hex or something like that, that's really going to put us in a spot that's like, you know, we just absolutely have to play Doomhammer. This is tough. I can Doomhammer into this. Boy, I don't know what the play is here. I can Doomhammer into it twice. I can Lightning Bolt it and Argus, which is actually not bad, but it's going to give me Overload as well. I feel like that's better. This is also going to be a little bit weird, so I think we want to swing with that first, just to get 1 extra point of damage. This isn't a strong board by any means, but this is a little hard to deal with at like 6 mana. This is like the Sylvanas Cairn turn. He's not going to be able to kill off his Sylvanas for a while. We could just smack Doomhammer into his face a few times until then. Wow, he really seems desperate here though. I feel like, I'm not sure what else is in his hand, but I feel like he's probably just got a lot of big boys here, right? Alexstrasza, what do you call it? Grommash, all those kinds of things. God, everything's got overload, which is just poo-poo. But he's not really at risk of killing anything. Damage to his face is going to be relevant until about 15, and that's just because he could heal up with Alexstrasza. Got to be conscious of that. But there's not really an effective way to deal with this unless it's Lava Burst, and I think it's way better as a finisher in this matchup. Now we might have to burst that. I would be really happy with like a lightning bolt or something to deal with it. too bad he's going to get 3 draws off of it. We were looking at only 2 before. We're a mana short of Fire Elemental. That being said, though, we're actually in a position where we can just take damage to face. We can also just Feral Spirit. I think that's going to be the play. I don't think we need the draw off of that, so I'm going to do that with a totem. Let's see what we get. The 1/1. I'm just wondering if I hit that Acolyte for any reason. I don't think so. I think the damage to his face is just better. So it's not great, right? He can kill a wolf and still be alive. But we could Fire Elemental it, even if it's only got 1 health. Let me try to get this name right. Progeny Rosie, is that correct? Thank you for the follow. Super, super appreciate it. But yeah, I think, again, still try to save this. We'll see what we draw into. And even if that guy was to get a shot off on face, which it looks like he will. Wow, he's going really greedy with it. I don't think it's too bad, right? His finisher is like a Gromosh with maybe a Taskmaster. That's kind of the range that we gotta deal with is like 12 points. So, not great, but yeah. Hey, like your VODs on YouTube, you deserve more viewers. Oh my. You're gonna make me cry on stream. I mean, that is... Seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you. You didn't get the name right, but you have no chance of pronouncing it right if you're not from my country. Alright, I'll go with that. I'll assume that I don't stand a chance. We really need a taunt here, by the way. I think we're just dead. We probably actually want to drop both of these for damage and threaten lethal next turn, maybe. Yeah, I always feel bad getting the Rosie part is right. All right, I'll go with Rosie, and hopefully that's acceptable enough. But seriously, thank you. I mean, that comments like that are just like crazy nice, because yeah, it's interesting. Getting started with all this stuff, you sort of, you're playing all these games, doing streams, all that kind of stuff in a bubble a little bit. And it's also especially different. Every now and then we get some people in on Twitch, but, you know, how much do you prepare it for YouTube is like a VOD versus this kind of live interaction stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, this stuff just makes it so much more fun. And, as I think I've said in some of the videos and said earlier, if you got any requests, recommendations, anything like that, I am more than happy to listen and try to cater to that stuff. I always think that's fun. I think only the Loot Hoarder is what we need. You're almost always going to mulligan for Zoo in like any matchup where you're facing Warlock. Just because it's all the like early cards that you got to deal with, you need the low curve stuff. But it's not the worst thing to have some stuff like Lightning Bolts or Lava Burst, because they're actually relevant in both. Lightning Bolt and Rock Bite are probably the two that are going to be relevant in both. Now this is looking like Handlock. Almost certainly Handlock, but still actually no guarantee. We'll go with this. There's an argument to do the Feral Spirit and then like just totem next turn, you're going to get a little bit more damage. But I'd like to, hopefully, I was going to say dodge a Shadow Bolt or Soul Fire or something. Yeah. And then we can just deal with it after. This is a little bit of a question mark, though. Yeah, it's tough to get viewers on Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, it definitely is. Certainly tougher than it used to be. I think I'm just going to throw this down. I'm kind of fine with Doggos dying. Went back to Hearthstone after like 5 years. Yeah, I am the same. I feel like, because I played Hearthstone like crazy when it came out. Yeah, I just thought it was like the greatest game ever. So much fun, and over time, the love of the game just kind of died out. I'm actually just going to drop this. The card draw's good. I maybe kill this, I maybe don't. He might Farseer it, but then I could just Lightning Bolt next turn. Yeah, played it so much, but now I feel like just seeing the difference of like how the cards are designed, what kinds of I don't know, just like the structure of it, it's so much simpler than what they're doing nowadays. I can follow it like classic Hearthstone. I know what every card does. I can imagine how it's going to work in a deck, and it's just a lot more satisfying to me than all the crazy stuff I see, like hands getting filled with 10 cards in a single turn. Yeah, it's just a little too out of hand for me. I think I just bump this and hex that, because he's out of Mortal Coils. But then what do I do after? Do I Argus? Flame Tongue? Ugh, I don't know. Let me just play this out. Sometimes I'll play a couple cards out, and then it feels different because the board has changed. And I'll make up my mind. He's also played a Hellfire, I think, so I'm going to do this. We'll see. Same here, at less time. The other thing is too expensive. Yes! Yeah. Oh, there's the other Hellfire. Yeah, it is really expensive each expansion. I think when I played constantly, like unhealthy amounts, I don't have lethal, right? This isn't some crazy 16, 19. I'm like surprisingly close to lethal. But we'll just do this. It doesn't seem suspicious. I think it was like every second expansion I could pay for at least pretty close, like build the decks that I wanted just with gold and what I'd earned over that time. But then, yeah, you'd have to drop like another $60 on the new expansion, and I'm certainly not down for doing that every time new cards come out. This is too bad. He's preventing lethal here. Five, 8. So we can't even drop him really low. Like, one thing you can sometimes do is drop these guys real low, let him throw out taunts. But you can't do that because you can just Jiraxis as well. I think I'm just going to play really patient. And plan on like a... Hopefully I can maybe roll like a Spell Power or something. Just like Lightning Bolt that. Maybe draw something else. A Lightning Storm. Yeah. I suppose if I rolled 3 on that, I actually had a chance at lethal, didn't I? If I rolled a 3 on that, hit 3 there. Yeah, that would have killed him. I could try it here. 1 and 3 to get the Spell Power to guarantee it. Let's do it. Alright. Perfect. I don't even have to do that. God, Rockbiter is just so mean with that Doomhammer. Yeah, like one of the things I really love about Classic, I've been noticing with going back to Control Warrior, something that just is like non-existent from this game. I think it happens with lots of card games. It's like I actually have to think about using hero power. It's like 2 mana to hero power, or use a card, or like that kind of stuff. And sitting there thinking about that is so much fun for me. Honestly, I'm pretty surprised how much I got into Classic. Played a few games for nostalgia. Man, I'm like the exact same. I saw that it came out. We're gonna keep this for both matchups, kind of thing. I saw that it came out, and I thought, okay, yeah, it might be fun to boot it up, you know, for a day or two. I was kind of digging Minion Masters, actually, another kind of like card game strategy thing. Oh, wicked. Murlocs. This is amazing. I should make a Murloc deck. Oh, this is very cool. And, yeah, the videos have been getting popular. I've been having so much fun, and I was just thinking, like, I originally was going to do, like, one video with each class sort of deal. And now I'm like, yeah, oh, what could I play all the way up to Legend? And, yeah, Control Warrior is kind of what I was aiming at playing a bunch of, so it's crazy. I think it just is a huge testament to like how much fun this game really was on launch. Like, they did such a good job. It's actually not bad if he doesn't trade. Nice. I'm actually really surprised that he doesn't, though, with that 2-1 out. Do we just Lightning Storm this? This is kind of tough. He's probably running Cold Light Seers in the deck if he's got Murlocs. We can drop a Flame Tongue and get a guaranteed trade on a Murloc. Or we can just bump a 2-1. But then we have like no follow-up. I think we just gotta like have balls. Balls do not pay off. This is so... I like... This is probably the wrong way to go about playing this game, but I'm kind of like cheering for this guy. It's been so long since I've seen Murlocs. Do I just Lava Burst that thing? We have 4 mana next turn. Huh. It's either Loot Hoarder or Lava Burst. It's just that he's going to get like more damage. He's probably got Soulfire's Power Overwhelmings. I don't know. I don't know if that's correct, because then we can't play the Fire Elemental next turn. But there wasn't an amazing target for that. Maybe I should have just hexed it. Maybe that was the smart play. Man. I think I need to hex that. Yuck, yuck. Not good at all. We don't have any heal on this deck either. We got 9 with like almost 2 guaranteed damage coming in. We'll continue to play this mitigation game. Hopefully we roll a taunt. Something at least. I guess we get a Flame Tongue down. The tiniest chance we'll get back into it. Having fun with Warrior, because I never played it back in the day. Mainly Freeze and Aggro Mage. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. There's so many decisions to make, and I actually think Control Warrior is like, if you're not super familiar with card games, I guess we're not guaranteed dead if we roll a taunt. Now we're guaranteed dead. Well played, I like that. Yeah, lots of decisions to make. And then, yeah, it's a more affordable deck to play now with Control Warrior. And it's also, one of my favorite things about it is it's just kind of fair in every matchup. It totally steamrolls Freeze Mage, which feels kind of bad. But, like, yeah, you got a chance against Miracle Rogue, Handlock, and aggressive, like, Hunters and stuff. And it kind of feels like playing a different game each time. Just lots of different things to consider. I totally agree. It was my favorite, actually. I think I'm just going to keep this. It was my favorite deck when the game first came out, but I was like learning card games basically, so I wasn't great at it for a while. I remember actually laddering against a like Show. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. SJOW. He was like a really good Control Warrior player, and when I was pushing Legend, I'd be matched up against him, and he would just absolutely demolish me. It was like, oh, okay, I guess I've got a lot to learn about this game. Like, that's what a good Control Warrior player looks like. But yeah, in Classic, you do have a good idea of what you're facing too. And one of the other things that I've been kind of digging about Classic, I don't know if it's true or if it's just kind of my perception. I think this might be greedy, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because he might just Frostbolt this and then ping it down next turn, which would really suck. But then I guess we can buff it with Feral Spirit. We'll see. I think because a lot of people go into it with that same attitude of like, oh, nostalgia, it's just kind of fun. People aren't like as try hard, and so there's really lots of like interesting kind of different decks popping up. I mean, like I just played against Murlocs. People are playing stuff that is maybe, man, I almost want to burst that down. That are maybe just more fun as opposed to competitive, and that I really, really dig. You have a 90% win rate against Miracle Rogue? That is surprising. I actually feel like that is one of the more difficult matchups. But Zoo, yeah, I think Zoo is probably close to like 50-50. Because they're a very board control oriented deck. And if they play it right, like I say this in all my videos, if they don't just go face with the Warrior again and again and again, and they actually play to just like dominate the board, if they don't overextend into Brawl, oh, just beautiful. If they don't overextend into Brawl, then it's so difficult to just deal with their board as they like keep tapping and tapping into more minions. Murloc Paladin. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just, it's refreshing. It's really, really refreshing. Here I don't know what's better, to play these two out or to Argus and Bump. Because I think this deck probably runs Yetis and like water elementals. And the reason why that's relevant, because he'll be on 6 mana. If I Argus it, he can ping it down and still play like a 4 mana threat. And then we're kind of screwed. So I actually think getting ready with like card draw is just better. And then if he pings like this or that, we can still like Lava Burst follow up, or I don't know, maybe Totem Argus, something like that. Okay, not bad. Actually, lots of options here too. It's a little bit tempting to Lightning Storm. You get a guaranteed clear, actually, because you can run this in after. But then you'd follow it up with an Argus that's just kind of so-so. He's got the threat of Blizzard and Flame Strike. If we Elemental... Elemental does feel good. We'd also elemental that and like rock biter this. But I think we actually want rock biter for burst probably. Okay, let's see what we get off of these draws. No, it doesn't really change anything. I think this is just better. Worst case is fireball, but if he fireballs, he can't really do much. Are you playing Shaman for a VOD, or you enjoy it actually? It felt really weak when I tried it. Well, all my streams I just throw onto YouTube, so it's, I guess like everything's for a VOD pretty much. But it's not for like any particular reason that, like my Shaman video got the most views, which is part of the reason I went back to it. But I actually genuinely enjoy the deck a lot. I really want spell power. Dang it. I think we want to buy time. Yeah, something about Shaman, like, I love and hate. I love the class cards. I think I actually wanted to fit like Mana Tides in here. I think you just get really, really interesting decisions to make as far as like a mid-range deck goes. Like Nat Pagel being in this deck it's one of the few decks I think you can slip it in because of Flame Tongues, because Argus is really prominent. But what I hate about it, the mechanic that I just find kind of like unfun and frustrating, is Overload. It just, you're playing tons of stuff like off curve, you're playing things, you're being really like mana inefficient, and it never really got better, I thought. It never got to a point. Sorry, just doing the math here. Jeez, I don't know what to do. It never got to a point where I felt like Overload was fun. They just made it really, really bursty. And so Shaman just became this really like face-oriented deck. Or class, which I never liked. I think we have to... Hold on. Am I missing lethal or something? It'd be 10, 15 now. No, I think it's just best to blast that thing. We'll see what we roll. I don't even want to take a point of damage. Played quite a lot after 2 to 3. Been in Classic, it feels too weak with the Overload. Yeah, I don't think it's great. I don't know if you tried this list or something that resembles something more like this. But one thing that I think people... I don't know if you can say they like got wrong. Oh, there's our Pagel. Let's hope for spell power, as always. Okay, we'll just bump it, it's fine. Yeah, one thing I think a lot of people get wrong is they'll build this mid-range deck like with Mana Tides and lots of like balance stuff, maybe Yetis or like Scarlet Crusaders, like 3 and 4 mana minions, and they really hammer hard on the, okay, I need to, I think I'd equip Doomhammer here. No, I can't. Sorry, losing focus a bit. I'm just gonna do this. They really lose focus of like how to build a win condition, and that works great against Warrior. Like I said, that's why Warrior struggles against Zoo. It can work great against like a Control Paladin, something like that. And it holds its own versus some of the aggro decks, but it gets absolutely bodied by like Handlock, or if anything makes it into that sort of late game control thing, like you've just got no answer for any of their stuff. This has to be lethal. Right? Let me make sure. There we go. But having like the lightning bolts and lava bursts, it lets you get through taunts. A druid is another one I think it struggles a lot against if you just go super minion heavy. Lots of things are able to just fend you off with like 10 or less health, and yeah, that's why you need the burst in the deck. So I've been maintaining, I think, over a 50% win rate, but not much over a 50% win rate. I wouldn't call it one of the strongest decks, but I would say it's playable. I think you can rank up if you enjoy it, and you spend the time to actually like learn how it works. This is a little tough. I think Feral Spirit's very good, and Unbound can be good. Gonna again kind of roll the dice. Hope that we just draw into some of our lower cost stuff. Totem's not the worst thing. And actually Rock Biter's okay, because he's gonna have a lot of 3 health guys, the Farseer and SIs. Yeah, not the ideal start. Yeah, I mean, ultimately it is about having fun with whatever deck you find, but I mean, let's be real, it's fun to win too. Like, meme decks are like, you know, kind of weirdly themed decks. Yeah, they can be fun, but they can also just be, I think we just deal with this instead. Yeah, they can also just be unfun if you never win, right? So yeah, for me this is kind of a good balance. I really like mid-range and tempo, all that kind of stuff. Don't need to tell you, you're a really competitive guy. Yeah, I am. It's so funny, and I find it with these games, like we were saying with Classic here. I'm starting to get into it a bit. But I can play a game like this. Ooh, this is tough. I think I actually want to be efficient here. I can play a game like this and just not care, because I go into it being like, oh yeah, it's just for nostalgia, or you know, I don't really want to rank up. I just want to kind of have fun. And then if at some point a game is fun enough, there's like this switch that just flips for me, and it's like I have to be the best, and I'm like looking up whatever like builds and strategies and all that kind of stuff, and I just get like way into it, because yeah, I can't not try my hardest at like everything that I do. It's just in my genes, I guess. Yeah, you get it. Good. Do we? This is a tough turn, actually. It's not actually that great to play those two, because I know he's used one backstab, but he can just backstab and run in. And it overloads us, so we can't play Cairn. I'm not like super fond of Cairn. No, I think this is still our best play. And I think you swing face with it, because face damage is relevant. I'm not super fond of Cairn, because you can just get sapped. Literally the same. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like I played lots of sports growing up. I don't know if that's where it came from, or maybe that's why I played lots of sports growing up. But yeah, it's either I don't care at all and it's all laughs and it's all fun, or like, yeah, I am just like a goddamn lion at like the table, and I just, yeah, gotta win the game. Yeah, that's exactly it. Do it for like 20 minutes and then you have to be rank 1. Or, yes, it is the end of the world. That is exactly how it feels. Like, I think part of it too depends on how much time you have to put into it. Because I know if I'm like spending tons of time working and it's like, oh my god, I don't have time to ladder. I only have like 2 hours a day, but you see like big streamers and stuff like that, they're just like grinding out 8 to 10 hours a day. You feel so behind, and so every game that you lose feels like a bigger deal. But if you have some time off, like some vacation, or it's just like over a weekend or something, I don't feel that like time crunch as much, and it's a little bit more okay to like lose, you know, maybe go look at your replay, whatever it is. So yeah, circumstances definitely play into that for me. Curious what he's got here though, if he's just gonna like gadget and do one of these insane plays here. Okay, cool. He didn't have conceal, so I'm not like not super concerned because we can just hex that. But we're still not building much of a board. This is not optimal. Attempting to put all the time into something, yeah, and then reality hits back. That is exactly it. Yeah, I don't know. The only way I've found to do stuff like with games, it's really tough because it's like, do I want to actually be pro, or yeah, like even just getting into streaming or something, do I want to do this as a job for a living, or is this just kind of a for fun thing? And that's where like my game design stuff, it always was headbutting with my job. It's like, that's what I want to do, that's what I actually want to do for a living, is just design games, make games. But like, man, if you don't make time for it, then you're never gonna get it done. And so it took me like 2 years to get anything that was even like halfway playable. I think we're gonna do this in Argus. I like the 1 and 3. Dang it. Still gonna blast it though. But yeah, I mean, that's like 2 years of, okay, you're working like 40 hours a week, and then however many hours, 20 to 30 after work on weekends, all that kind of stuff. Like, then you gotta blow off friends and family and that. It's always hard to say if it's worth it. And if it's just a game you're playing for fun, it's just like laddering kind of thing, then yeah, probably not the best idea. But I certainly did it with Hearthstone. I certainly did it with StarCraft 2 was another one. So I get the temptation for sure. That feels like a high desperation play. But the fact that you had that charger in there also makes me a little bit nervous as to what he's got up his sleeve. Still, Karen, not great because I can't taunt it right away. I'm going to play this first because I don't want to roll a second one if I can avoid it. Nice. And then I'll just do this. As much as I'd like to equip a Doom Hammer and start hitting him, I think this is the more effective way. The only thing this is really vulnerable to is like Deadly Poison Blade Flurry. But that's okay. Yeah, with games, if you want to be a streamer, you have some free time. Yeah, and then just try it out. I think that's one way to do it for sure. I don't know. Like, I'm not successful doing it. I don't have I don't have all the answers for it. Do I just kill him here? 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Yeah, we good. Yeah, so I'm not sure how hard you should go into it versus, yeah, just kind of do it in your free time. But I will say with, yeah, I see we're ranking up a bit with Shaman, not bad. Just with anything, any kind of side hobby, for me it was mostly game design over streaming, but now it's getting into streaming. I do think there's something to be said about that whole, like, don't have a plan B, you know? Like, the more you go all in with it, the more you sort of force yourself to do it. You have to wake up to try to pay the bills, to reach your goals or whatever. And but obviously, you know, there's risk in that. Like, how much money do you have to fall back on, and yada yada. It's going to be different for every person. But I think for someone like me who's like crazy competitive, that's kind of the mentality that tends to work for me. But when did I start streaming? So way back in the day, I did stream. like actually when like Hearthstone Classic had come out, not under this channel or anything like that. I have no idea what I want here. I think like maybe that. But no, I started streaming about a month ago, something like that. It hasn't been too long. Basically, I quit my job at the end of February, and that was to do game design full time for a while. I might be going back to work at some point, like we'll see. But I've got enough money to, kind of go pursue my dreams, and my job was just not going well. There were all kinds of not great things going on there, so it was a good time to quit and move on somewhere else anyway. I work in like tech as a programmer, so there's lots of opportunities for me to get back into it at any time if I want. But yeah, around that time I thought with game design, I wanted to, on top of just doing game design, I want to build a community, build an audience, really like have that interaction and have just have a space on the internet that I enjoy hanging out at, kind of. I don't mind that. So yeah, that's where streaming kind of came in. See if people are interested, if it drives people to that kind of community or what have you. And yeah, here we are. We're at what, like 7? I think you're like follower number 7 or something like that. So a slow bit of progress, but the YouTube stuff's actually been going a lot better than I'd expected. Getting like hundreds of views on some videos, it's kind of more than I ever thought I'd get, if I'm being honest. I really don't want to use any overload here because these would be so good, but I don't think we have the luxury. I think this, in preparation for a lightning storm, is actually going to be the best play. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm not sure. I mean, we've got Hex to deal with anything big now that he's getting into higher mana stuff. Oh, that's great, though. He's not playing around Lightning Storm at all. Ooh. That's nice, but we don't have the mana to do it all. So whatever, we'll leave him with the 2-1 goal. Still can't play these guys out next turn, but could always deal with it with the Doom Hammer. Maybe a bit of face damage as well.
I have no time for games.
Cool, we can hex that into Flame Tongue, probably is the best. Actually, Flame Tongue's going to be better before. So I'd rather deal with the Golem and leave him with the Froggy. But yeah, I've been enjoying the streaming thing, the recording and all that, more than I thought I would, actually. I always thought it'd be fun to do, just, right, if you have people. Like, I always think of it like, or the streams that I like to watch are the ones that make me feel like I'm just kind of hanging out with my friends, like on the couch sort of thing. Those are like the greatest memories that I have. So yeah, seriously, like everyone who comes by or watches stuff or comments on stuff, it's so rewarding. Way more so than I expected it to be, even. I don't know the best way to deal with this. Because again, Lava Burst, maybe that is the best thing to do. We just Lava Burst this, and we go hard commit into Overload. We have one crappy turn. Maybe we take a bunch of face damage with it, and then finally we can get these guys out. Makes me think that maybe Cairn is just not good in this deck. I can't actually remember the last time we played him. Ugh. getting into the big boys here, though. We don't really have hexes or anything. So, flood the board and pray. I'm gonna get the immediate face damage, though. It might look a little bit weird, but if we draw into lava bursts, I think we've only got one more left. It might help. Great to pursue your dreams. Agreed. Getting into video editing. Oh, that's actually really awesome. That's awesome. I mean, I gotta think that video editing is... Uh-oh, I feel like we're dead. I gotta think that that's a good, good avenue to go down these days, because, like, I mean, as... Ah, shit. What do we do? Hope and pray? These two? Those two? But yeah, as difficult as it is to... I don't know which is better, but we're just going to do that. To get, like, into YouTube and streaming and all that, there's, like, a giant... like, there's a huge amount of people trying to do it. And if there's a huge amount of people trying to do it, then there's got to be a big market for video editors, so... Ah, Reg's gonna kill us. We'll let him get the final shot. We'll watch our face melt to him. Yeah, that's one thing that... Because I've done, you know, the tiniest little bit. Most of my videos are just straight exports from Twitch with no editing. But I've done, like, very, very small amounts for some of the other stuff, like how to play artifacts and some game design videos and things like that, where it's more just like me talking. So I've barely got into it, but it does seem like something I could see getting wrapped up in. The only reason why I haven't is because it would be yet like another time sink to one, to learn, and two, to actually get your videos up to like high quality, which, as I'm sure you've seen from, I think I've put up like one thumbnail ever. The rest are just like screenshots from the VODs. I don't put that much effort into into the videos I make. I guess we just told him. Hoping you'll find someone who needs that kind of stuff. Well, hey, maybe this is the start of some business relationship that 1 year from now, when this stream and YouTube and everything blows up, it'll be like, you know, you were at the right place at the right time, and hey, here's a guy who needs it. Because I'm certainly not going to be doing that stuff on my own. But I mean, if it ever took off, of course I'd look into something like that. We can dream anyway that it all works out. But yeah, I mean, aside from like dreaming, I'm sure there's stuff you can do. Like, there's got to be all kinds of things you could do to sort of build a portfolio, or if there's videos you're interested in making yourself, like little sketches, or I don't know what kind of stuff you like to edit. Yeah, I mean, that would be awesome to go after. I feel like this matchup is really not good for us. This is poo-poo. Would have been so nice if we could have got the axe off with the buff. I think we have to deal with it, though. I think the card draw is kind of nice. Yeah, we'll see. That'd be great. I met my best friend through even more random things, so I wouldn't be surprised. Man, it's always how it seems to work. It is crazy. Like, even you know, limited business opportunities I've gotten into. It's just like people who happen to randomly stumble across, you know, the same company that that I work for, and then we go ahead and try to like do our own thing. Remember you when I blow up. The lucky thing is, I'm not like great with names in particular. I'm way better with faces, but I, with like Twitch names and things like that, I'm very good at just remembering, like linking the person to the ID. So hey, if you're one of the early followers here and it ever does blow up, there's a super high chance I will not forget, just because, I don't know, that's kind of how my brain works. Let me think about this first. So I like the fire Ellie, but I like the rock biter into that as well. I think fire elemental's just better. Oh, you know what? I should just be doing this. 4 damage sucks to take, but we're already so low that combo's going to be threatening us soon anyway. Best things happen when and where you least expect it. It's certainly seems to be the way. I don't know if there's actually something to that, or what. It's almost like the... I always think about it in terms of, like, you know, dating advice. They always say, right, women like confidence, or, right, they like a confident guy. And if you're... I think we just have to hex taunt. And if you're not confident, you know, they can sniff it out, that like desperation that you're trying too hard or something like that. And it's really, really hard to, like, if you like someone, to not show those kinds of emotions or whatever. But yeah, like anytime, like most romantic interests, I would say, that I know from like friends and personal experiences and all that, it's just like you're hanging out, friends of friends, it just kind of works, or at school or coworkers or whatever, where you're not trying to be romantic, you're not trying to fall in love or something like that, and then just like boom, okay, these two people are married, and like certainly weren't expecting it, certainly weren't trying to make it happen. Yeah, and you don't even know how. It's super weird. It's both a comforting and a depressing thought, I find, because it's nice to think that, you know, the universe will just work itself out. So I don't need to be that worried, right? All this stuff will tend to work out in my favor. But it's also really depressing, because then it's like, is it just totally out of my control? Like, if I'm making these decisions to, whatever, yeah, quit my job and pursue my dreams, is that just stupid? I should have just waited until it just happened naturally, or what? I don't know. Feel pretty much the same? Yeah. I think a lot of people do. One of the things I always remember, it's kind of a weird, linking of thoughts, but like I think it's really important to dream, to like, you know, just hope that that things will indeed work out. This sucks, but I have to do this to protect from combo. I'm still dead if that... I was going to hit this and then face and taunt, but that'll still kill me. Flame Tongue. Flame Tongue roll a taunt? You're still dead. I think I'm just dead to combo no matter what. So if I'm dead to combo no matter what, let's just build the best board that we can. But yeah, like a lot of confusion level max. Yeah, man, I'm getting on all kinds of tangents and trying to figure out how to play this. But yeah, like a lot of what motivates people is just the dream of whatever's going to come next, right? Like the hope that things end up working out. And which is fine, right? That's just kind of how humans are wired. But I remember my guitar teacher one time. He passed away a while ago, but he was really, really nice guy. And he asked me one time, he goes like, you know, how do you practice? And I was like, I didn't know what he was getting at. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I do this, I do that, whatever. And he's like, no, I mean, like, your time breakdown. Like, what do you do? How much time do you spend doing this? How much time do you spend doing that? And then at the end, I kind of gave him a little breakdown. At the end, he goes, well, do you just rock out? And I was like, what? And he's like, you should just rock out. And then he goes to tell me, he goes, you should spend like, you know, if you're going to play an hour a day, spend like 10 minutes, you know, doing like scales and warm-ups and things like that. Spend like 40 minutes trying to learn this thing that you're trying to get better with, and then spend another 10 minutes just rocking out, just dreaming that you're a rock star. Because if you don't do that, you're not going to want to do the other 50 minutes the next day, because you don't think that you can, or you're not like motivated to go and hit those goals. And I just thought that was a really cool way to put it, and I kind of think it's true with other stuff as well. You just gotta spend some time dreaming big. Yeah, it was nice. It was like a nice, heartwarming moment. He was just like a super, super nice guy. I can't believe I haven't been talking too much about the game, but I can't believe that we're somehow just dodging death here. He like hasn't had Savage Roar the whole game, and I'm just totally fine with that. Yeah, he's just digging deeper and deeper. So what do we have? We got 4, 6, 8 damage. Alright. Do we trade off into the Drake or no? I think we have to. I guess it depends what totem we roll. Yeah, I think we have to though. Oh, I should have dropped this on the left side. That was really stupid of me. That was really stupid. That could actually cost me the game. Would I consider playing Freeze Mage? Yeah, absolutely. I always say I'm more than happy to take requests. I don't have like a full list. Okay, good. I'm glad that he kills me, so then I'm not punished for my mistake. I can just pretend like that was fine. Been losing with Shaman anyway. Yeah, let me update the title here. Freeze Mage. Update. Now, at one point, I had just built a, I don't know, it was intended to be a tempo mage. And then it just started turning more and more into Freeze Mage. I have a wild Freeze Mage. It's actually not a terrible place to start from, is it? It kind of is. I don't like it. I think it was this one. We'll just turn this into our freeze. Let me know if I'm missing some obvious cards from this. So we drop that. Drop those. That's fine. Definitely don't want that. I don't know if we want polymorphs. We probably want drakes. I like having 2 pyroblasts. Let's see. And then you do the ice. What is it? Ice lance for sure. What else are we missing? Ice blocks, obviously. Frost novas. And doomsayers, right? And that's like the whole deck. Then I gotta cut one thing, hey? You don't use polymorphs? Yeah. It makes sense. So I can cut at least one. Oh, I need Straza too. Alright, I'll cut. Okay, maybe not War Golem. Cut that, put in Straza, something like that. Yeah, sure. Feel free to link it here. Definitely good with checking it out. Oh, I have no idea how this works. Would you like to replace your... No. Oh, interesting. I've never done this before. New deck. Now can I do it? Copy. Yes. Whoa. Interesting. Vaporize. Okay. Pretty similar. Alright, let's do it. Classic Rosy Freeze. There we go. Thank you. And then this is perfect, because if I lose, I can just, you know, blame the deck that you gave me. It's definitely not my fault. And, yeah, then we all win. Now, I never played that much Freeze Mage. I played some. I don't think it classic, but after an expansion or two. Yeah, it's all true, you're bad. Cool. I'm glad you can admit it. I'm glad you can admit that the thing that hasn't happened yet is totally your fault. We're facing lots of druids, so I hope it's good there. But I would actually love, like, I assume we don't start with that. Frostbolt. I actually feel like you don't want Frostbolt, but this on 3 seems fine. But call stuff out. Like, I really don't think I'm going to be playing this optimally. So if I'm not, tell me what you would do different. Or, yeah, just kind of guide me, because this is fun for me. It's like here I would just ping. Because I don't think we need the Doomsayer out. I mean, there's two options. There's you wait for like a Blizzard or a Frost Nova and do it then. Or you do it somewhere like now for tempo. I really like Acolyte of Pain here, just for the card draw. Try, but you're no pro player. I mean, I can't see your rank. That's the thing. You could tell me you're however good you want, and I'll just have to believe it. I like that we can just drop the mirror image if he's got like a Yeti or something like that. Hopefully get a lot of card draw off of that. But he might just charge this thing. Oh no, it's a Drake. Okay, well, I mean, Freeze Mage is really about like maximizing value a lot of the time. So, I mean, we could get card draw off of that. You know, you could ice block, but I have to think we want to be greedy and try to get 3 draws off of that. So we're not going to die anytime soon, and we don't like need cards yet. Okay, is what it is. Now this gets interesting. I like Doomsayer. I gotta think we want to go card draw into Doomsayer most likely. Very happy to draw Ice Barrier there. Arcane Intellect and Doom. Okay, perfect. That is what we did. Yeah, because we got two of them. Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. And we're starting to get into innervate combo territory, so gonna have to get these secrets out soon anyway. Gold 1, but you've been playing for just like 5 days. Yeah, I haven't really played much beyond what I have for VODs and things like that, so I haven't put that much time in, but I don't actually know what like classic looks like at higher ranks. I'm kind of curious. Makes me want to get there to actually see if it's people who take it pretty seriously and if it's more difficult, because I certainly notice a number of mistakes at these levels, but there's also not like terrible players like there used to be. That's why you want to hit legend. Awesome, yeah. I mean, why not? I feel like Ice Barrier and Arcane Intellect is probably the play. We're unlikely to die. We can delay another turn. I don't hate Doomsayer there, because they're probably not going to dump tons of stuff. But the fact that we've got Frost Nova, I don't know, there's just a good chance that we get a lot more value off of it. And we could even like Blizzard, hope that he plays more stuff out and do it then. Barrier Intellect or Barrier Loot Hoarder. Okay. Okay, so we're thinking along the same lines. Bad hand, to be honest. It actually feels fine. But like I said, I haven't played much of it, so I'll take your word for it. Do I want to Blizzard or do I want to kill all this? I feel like we just Blizzard. Problem is you can't play anything else out. Because we need the draw. 14 cards. Yeah, it's really defensive if we don't. I'm going to go with my gut here. Oh, you think 2 times Loot Hoarder and an Ice Block? I just feel like letting him proc an Ice Block puts you on such a timer. And if we do this, he can't play anything out this turn. These guys are dead. And then once he starts to build up a board, we've still got 2 more Blizzards to delay and hopefully have drawn into more. But that's interesting. I didn't even consider 2 times Loot Hoarder into an Ice Block, and he silences anyway. Yeah, see, this is why I'm asking for advice. I realized it sounded like I was arguing with you, but I'm actually genuinely curious. But Blizzard won't help against combo. It's true. Well, sort of true. It limits it to 14 damage, and if they build up too much of a board, they can't actually combo. The thing that I'm seeing that's difficult here, and this is where I think you are probably right now, is if I Blizzard here, it's like, okay, great, then I can Straza next turn or something, but like, okay, then what, right? So what's you guys got? 9, 13, 15. This is bad, because I need to get an Ice Block for the Straza and need more draw. I think just because we need more draw. I'm not sure if it's right to run that in. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, no, don't really have another option. I agree. I think the only other consideration was to Ice Block and then see. Okay, I guess this is a good reason to keep the Hoarders. And he still blasts me in the face. What a dick. Okay, well now we can Ice Block Blizzard. I'm still going to keep the loot hoarders because we don't need fireballs and pyros and stuff just yet. I just want to keep them up for the rag, because otherwise he could combo, hit rag, and then proc this thing. And then I'm thinking you can do it at the start of the turn. Unless there's something else that I want to dig for that I'm not thinking about. Okay, cool. True, they get 10. Yeah, I don't know if it's correct. That's the other thing. I'm saying all this stuff, but I have no idea if it's the right play. So, like, Alex draws is nice here because we can't die right away. And then we do have another turn, but we've got to start dealing damage. Yeah, you're dead in a few turns, exactly. You need Antonitis. So, is it better to, like... Maybe it is. To play Antonitis and Ice Barrier and then plan on Straza after that, because usually it's like Antonitis with a Frost Nova or something is kind of ideal. Time does run out on me. I'm going to do this gut feel thing again. But you tell me, maybe that's a mistake, because I feel like even if he runs this in, it's 14, but we get the 8. Of course he could combo here, so maybe the 8's irrelevant. But this is also something that he's going to want to take care of because it's a bit of a threat. Antonitis, Mirror Image, or Ice Lance is the main goal. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That's right. That's why you run Mirror Image. Okay. Totally makes sense. Okay, I don't really mind this, though. Okay, it's gonna buy us some time. Or Frostbolt. Yeah. Yeah, I figured because you could, like, Frostbolt Ice Lance for the damage. And then still get 2 fireballs off of it. Okay, it's actually good that that hits face. So it has to be Straza, right? Like, it just has to be. I still don't know if we can win after that. 'Cause if we get 6, 9 with the Frostbolt, 13, 17. But we could play Thalnos for spell damage, so it's 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. You think don't, Alex? If you don't Alex, what is the play? You proc block anyway. You do, but it deals like... Oh, not Alex ourselves, sorry. You Alex him, right? Or you think you just keep digging with Acolyte? Because my thinking is that puts him at 18. Uh-oh, I don't know what yeah means. Alex him then help. Okay, perfect. Because I think if he's at 18 and we draw a Frostbolt, we win. Right? Because then you can Thalnos, Fireball, Frostbolt, double Ice Lance.
I've got the beast in my sight.
Oof, the heal though. Up to top decks. Yep. Yeah, so we might have to Ice Block, just do a bunch of damage this turn. Like maybe Fireball or something. Then hope for that Frostbolt. 2 Fireballs. Okay. Okay, I'm thinking about card draw. Like, I know we need this. Which puts us at 7. I mean, that has to be it. Because you could act like ping it, but you have to deal damage this turn. Thalnos, I think you also have to hold. Alright, we get 2 draws for a Frostbolt. Well, we're down to 7 cards in our deck. That doesn't seem insane. Block Thalnos Fireball. I think we need Thalnos for the damage. Let me do my math again. Because that would be 7, 11, what, 21? He can get up to 18 and be -4 otherwise. Because I assume he hero powers for the 1 armor. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we should have played Thalnos then. Block Thalnos. I guess, no, because it's about the same thing. You bring him down to 16, you're still getting 1 draw off of this anyway. I think it's the same. Anyway, we can just draw a Frostbolt. There we go. And then it doesn't matter, right? So, let's hope that my math was correct. You Thalnos. You Frostbolt. Ice Lance. Ice Lance. Fireball. Easy. There we go. Alright, so that means, what? By my logic, I didn't even win that game. It was just you, right? It's your deck, so you should get awarded the victory. It's 2:40 a.m., so my brain's probably not working properly. That is fair. That is fair. I could also just be totally wrong. You know, there might be arguments to play these things in other orders, but yeah, I am curious about the when you mentioned before the double loot hoarder play. I think that might change how I go about things. I think that was a really interesting one. Card draw. If he's aggro, Ice Barrier's got to be good, so we'll stick with that. Man, I miss the days when Hearthstone first came out, and you would just see people like Ice Lance your face on turn 1. Stuff like that was fun. New games like that coming out, it's just, it's always a blast to watch everybody learn together. Everyone just be terrible all at once. Yeah, like I'm sure everyone experienced that. Yeah, coin ping face. That was the classic one. Yes, coin ping face. So good. Okay, Wrath. I don't think we're in any rush to get barriers up, because it looks like this guy's pretty control heavy, so I'm good with the ping. Yeah, coin ping face. Oh, Arcane Shot. That was the other one. Everyone played Arcane Shot. Anything that did damage to the face. And yeah, you'd play a Hunter, and then just turn 1 would blast you in the face. Which honestly can be the play sometimes if you're just that aggressive, but man, so many good memories. Okay, we'll do this for the draw. Maybe I should have played Barrier there, but again, like I said, I just don't think it matters for quite a while. I'm gonna run it in. Actually, I almost certainly should have, but it doesn't matter. Play it now. Yeah, Arcane Missiles turn 1. Yeah, that's another good one. It's the best time to play. All 3 are guaranteed to go face. How could I lose? But you still see people making some of the same mistakes. Like, I remember I did some of this stuff too, like building a deck comprised like almost entirely of taunts, right? It just feels right. Oh, right, you run a Vaporize in this. Value. Yeah, all of us did. Exactly. It was just, that's what you did. I should probably think a little bit more here. I'm thinking of setting up a blizzard. Like, not now, but like ping this guy with an ice barrier. Wait one more turn for something a little more board control-y. Taunts equals infinite health. Yeah, and then you just win. That's I don't know how that thought. It's so weird looking back on it that like, yeah, you would just die to like some aggro hunter, and then you're like, that's what I gotta play, and then you'd still lose to the same hunter, and it was like, I don't get it. This game makes no sense. Okay, well, if that's Alex draws, I have to think this is a great time to Doomsayer, right? And I'm actually gonna Doomsayer. I think you Doomsayer with. You think Blizzard Doom? Okay, because this is what I was wondering. Is it better? Because my thinking is he's not gonna deal with this. Usually these decks don't run silences. And then we don't care about the damage. We actually just only care about the freeze, and you might want this for the damage later. But is it that you want to save this for like Antonitis, or I don't know. You can answer after. I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna go Blizzard and Doomsayer. You can Frost with more spare mana or with Antonitis. Or with yeah, I can see it with Antonitis. That makes sense to me. But yeah, my gut was telling me Frost Nova, because the damage might become relevant at some point. But this deck doesn't have Flame Strike, right? So maybe the damage is just stupid to even think about. Very interesting. Oh, it is 1. Okay. Because, yeah, we didn't see it the last game. Alright, that's all he's got. Perfect. Well, I mean, this just feels like a crazy set of draws.
I've got the beast in my
Fine by me. Yeah, I see. Because even here, like, Antonitis Frost Nova is so good. Because his options are either Equality Consecrate or Pyromancer Consecrate. He's either going to wipe his 2 minions with... or did I say Pyromancer Consecrate? I meant Pyromancer Equality. So he might wipe his own minions, or... yeah.
ready for action.
Speaking of decks with all taunts, this guy's this guy's definitely lost, but that's just lethal, isn't it? 6, 8, 10. It's like 6, 9, 12, a billion. Yeah, okay. Ah, the Goldshire. Ready for action. Oh man, everything about that card is great, because even the even like the artwork is shitty. Like, he just looks shitty, he plays shitty, just everything is so bad. Another druid, okay. Well, so far so good with this this freeze mage. Just meant to be budget as fuck. Yeah, exactly. I think it's like, it's one of those, I don't think we want that. You're probably not playing that on 3. God, but you might just need that for an early combo. They need card draw. I'm going to throw it back. I don't know if that's correct. Yeah, I think it's one of those, just act like, okay, cool. I think it's one of those there to, like, teach you about the game, right? In, like, the opener, I think sometime during the tutorial they make you play a Goldshire And yeah, then you just learn what taunt is. You kind of learn why they're bad. I remember some of those early game design interviews. They would talk about like, yeah, we purposefully want bad cards so people can like find out that they're bad and stuff. And that's got to be one of them. Yeah, it depends on how much you trust your luck. That's a scary proposition, I'll admit. Well, we're definitely pinging this thing. The only thing that sucks is if he silences it, but then that means he can't silence a Doomsayer, so that's fine. I think it's better, though, to trust your luck. I think more times than not, with all the card draw in this deck, you've got to draw into some pretty good stuff, but I guess we'll find out. Okay. Yeah, literally built for it. Exactly. Exactly. So he does silence it, like I said. But then it means he doesn't get the silence on the Doomsayer. I feel like that's worth it. The only thing... The only other thing I was considering is a Vaporize. You know what? I think I'm gonna Vaporize. I think you might... No, we're gonna go face. It's gonna look weird. I want to incentivize him to hit there and then get this thing vaporized. I feel like it's not standard to run it, is it? Wonderful. Nice work putting that card in. Look, you're winning us all the games. And yeah, if Ice Block is the last two cards, then you deserve to die. It's like reverse winning the lottery, whatever that is. Getting some kind of horrible illness or something. Alright, sweet. And then we'll just do that. Okay, and there's the mirror image. See what we draw into here. But yeah, this isn't great, is it? I do like that. I feel like this is a good Frost Nova Doomsayer turn. Like, Flame Strike is okay. But he's already used one silence, and I don't want to let him draw further into his deck. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think we're on the same page here. And then I do want to ping his face, because he's actually got one armor, and that armor is not going to get taken away with Alexstrasza. Yeah, I think that's a good call. I think you're right there. And if you're not, well, I was thinking the same thing. And there it is. At least it's another thing to get hit by Flame Strike. So, you know, not the worst. There's our Ice Block. Now let me do the math here. 14... I mean, we're dead if... We're dead if he's got combo. Yeah, so I think you just have to do that anyway. Okay, I don't mind that heal. Ugly, 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 ugly. Kill one of these things. Yeah, not much more you can do than just pray. If he doesn't proc it here, and we draw an Alex, then we're back in it. But Druid is so annoying. Oh, or Antonitis. Would Antonitis even save us? Maybe. Yeah, maybe actually. Ugh. Yeah, the thing that I hate about Druid is that he, like, this is 15 damage, but he's always going to hero power for that one stupid armor. Is there any reason to kill our own Thalnos? Or is there any reason to just start bursting him down? If we Thalnos double Fireball, it's almost like a Alex anyway. But then what could we draw? If we draw an Ice Lance, that's still not enough. He's just going to heal back with Lore. I don't know. I feel like this is better. You think one Fireball? Yeah, maybe. You know, maybe I should have Fireballed a minion. Because I feel like Fireball face is kind of irrelevant. Yeah, he's going to proc it here anyway. If I Fireball a minion... Nah, he's still getting us for Savage Roar anyway. Wrathing it, okay. 2 draws to somehow save us. Well, hypothetically, we're still alive. In the stupidest way possible. I almost feel bad for even doing it, but... God, I don't even know if it's better to ping face. I'm gonna do it anyway. There's no chance right now? Oh, we'll see. We'll see. No, I really can't think what I draw into. I mean, maybe you get like an Arcane Intellect. Okay, no, it did. I was thinking Arcane Intellect into like a Doomsayer and an Ice Block or something, but... It's alright. Sometimes you just, yeah, sometimes you're just not gonna get the draws. Be one of those in top deck the other, then maybe. Yeah. Yeah. It's alright though. It's fun. Fun deck to play. I actually do enjoy it. Yeah, you love it. Yeah, it sounds like you like the more control-oriented decks more than anything, right? Control Warrior, Freeze Mage, more Druid. This is crazy. Now, do you like what do I do here? I actually kind of want to keep Ice Block. Do I? No, I just want card draw. Yeah, do you like stuff like Zoo at all, where it's control, but it's board control, and it's like early game aggressive board control? But a fair share of Face Hunter as well. Yeah, it's Face Hunter is always just nice for climbing up ranks. I was also considering doing that for one of these streams, just doing like aggro mage or something like that. What is it? Greetings?
Hello.
Sure. Could actually coin ping this thing off. Nah. Yeah, for the fast climb. But yeah, handlock more than 0, okay. I tried handlock when it was still relevant in Classic, but I don't know, I never got into it. I'm not good at it, I feel like. I feel the same. I feel like I'm really, really bad. So I'm curious about this. Do you play out a loot hoarder here, or do you ping the 2-1? Because my gut tells me to ping the 2-1. You would ping 2? Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's better. Or Hoarder Mirror. Yeah, I was thinking Hoarder Mirror this coming turn, potentially. I really like Intellect, though. %. Okay. I'm in. At 10%, I'm all in. I know you meant 100. What is this? Alright, well, for this I'm glad we saved the coin, because I think we're going to need it. Yeah, we're going to need it next turn. Okay. I mean, you just hope he doesn't have Savage Roar. Part of me also wants to Frostbolt this. I actually think it's correct. You think ping a squire? I don't think you can get away with that, can you? Well, I agree with this, for sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But then if he's got Savage Roar, it's 14, 18, 20. Huh. Ping a squire. Yeah, you might be right, actually. Hope he doesn't have lethal, yeah. No, I do like that. Oh, God. Really? But we're not dead. Yeah. Unless he has a Moonfire. But if he has a Moonfire, he deserves to win. Oh, wait, 3 damage. Oh, I'm stupid. Did I not count the face damage? Somehow I thought he was 1 short. I think I just didn't count the... Whoops. Yeah, I was gonna mirror image instead, but... Oh, well. I mean, I don't think we were in great shape, no matter what happened there. Whoa. That's what Deathwing looks like? I thought Deathwing was like a girl. Aren't all the dragons girls? Women? Gonna be back in 10 minutes. I want to see you winning when I come back. Alright, alright. Well, it'll probably be 10 minutes for this game. Alright, I like this opener. This feels a bit better. Damn, that just looks so cool. I wish I could see bigger artwork. That's amazing. God, we look so... Thrift shop Mage versus this. This is also a terrible matchup for us. I know that. Yeah, I don't think we want to ping the... Or coin the Acolyte or anything. I think just... We want to prevent as much armor gain as possible. Because it's just so hard to to burst down a warrior with armor, right? Alex doesn't save you. It used to in beta, I think, but yeah, he's gonna axe it down. Ugh. Okay, well, we're at 9. I know we could play one of these secrets, but I think it's, again, just going to be better to keep hammering that armor. And he's going to be slow to kill us as well. Okay. Plus he knows, or at least he seems to know, that that's his win condition as well. It's just building up armor. Yeah, I remember back in the day they said that this matchup was like 90-10 in favor of Warrior, so I'm not going to hold my breath on winning this one. Oops, don't want that. Still at 9. Yeah. Yeah, I think... So our win condition for this has to be Antonitis then, right? It's our only way of generating enough burst. So if Antonitis is our win condition, then we really want to save coin. And we can use big mana spells, but not the smaller ones. So Blizzard's probably fine here. Ugh, that is bad. Oh, that is the worst card. I think I'm gonna do it again though. Oh, yeah, Frozen Ragnaros. Jeez, I don't know what we do against that. We might even have to shoot it with like a fireball or something. Oh my god. Doomsayer? That would be great. Terrible. Is it even worth playing Ice Barrier? 2, 4, 7. I think we have to dig for a Doomsayer. I honestly don't think we have another choice. We're at 10, so we have to play something. I guess you play that, but it doesn't even matter because he swings and it's broken off, and then he's gonna proc it. And even if we get a Doomsayer, we still have to throw up our ice block. Yeah. Still nothing. Okay, well, even if we did throw out the ice block, you know, it would keep us alive for one more turn, but that's really not going to do much. Because then we can't even, like, Doomsayer Frost Nova after that, because we just get blasted by Ragnaros anyway. Maybe we'll get some more luck here. Better matchup at least, maybe. Just maybe. Not surprised we're seeing more Druid. Okay. I'm really tempted to keep this Alex Draza. Just because our draws have been so bad, but I'm gonna go with my original statement and just say I think we... There we go, lots of card draw. I think we just have to believe in our draw. And at least this helps us deal with some of the early minions like Harvest Golems. If he goes to Keeper, an Acolyte, something like that. Our tan is 47. I feel like we played this person before. Only because I recognize... I'm really tempted to coin out a Loot Hoarder. I'm not going to. I don't know if that's correct. It's got the same, like, because you might wild growth sort of thing. But the problem is, in something like Shaman, if he hero powers and hits it, the face damage is relevant. But in a deck like this, the face damage is not relevant. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did play against some sort of Artanis. I always like seeing the shout-outs to StarCraft. And then we'll just act like... How did the last game go? Well, you picked a good time to walk out, I'll tell you that. I mean, being Freeze Mage against Control Warrior, you know, it's a bad matchup anyway. But if you want to see the worst possible draws that this deck has, it was something special. I'm not going to bump that. Again, he might silence it, but I don't mind him burning a silence. So he can't do it on the Doomsayer. But yeah, like he hit a rag on 8, which was really, really bad. And then we just had nothing. We didn't have any Doomsayers. We had no... Couldn't even like fireball it or anything like that. And yeah, it was rag on 8, Alexstrasza on 9. And just, yeah. Tons of freezes. That's about it. Blizzards and Frost Novas. But yeah, the Warrior matchup is like almost impossible. This is tough because we're actually like at risk of overdrawing. I kind of want to coin Blizzard. Don't want to get rid of a Frostbolt. You can't just dump a Doomsayer, because then there's in the overdraw. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm not sure I love this. We're at 9. I'm going to hit first. I can't think what else we would play, but yeah. Alright, we'll do that. Happy really lucky with Antonitis. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. That's the only thing I think is your win condition, but I think we had a lot of the things to build off of for that. We just didn't have anything to deal with rag, really. Wow, just booming us in the face there. That seems not smart. Now we could Doomsayer, but I think it's too early. I really like Vaporize here. Taking out either one of these is fine. And hopefully we can... Oh, interesting. So he's got the combo. Playing around Vaporize well, too. Yeah, that's well done by him. Okay, well, we need a little bit of help here. There we go. I think I like that and the ping just fine. Not much else we can do. I mean, certainly hope he doesn't have another force of nature. But he does. So yeah, gonna be pretty reliant on this next draw, I guess. You would have doomed as well. Yeah, might be the move. It's kind of a problem here, isn't it? I have to play something out, and I have to get into ice block, or maybe barrier. Again, technically, no, we can't survive, right? Nope. Well, we'll do the shame concede. And that's why you would have doomed last round? Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. And then we could have, I guess, frost bolted his face to prevent something. We know we used both force and natures, but alright, we'll queue one more up. But I don't know, probably in pretty rough shape anyway. Now, have you checked out Diablo 2? Jesus, another druid. Diablo 2 Resurrected at all today? Because, man, I was watching that all morning, and that has me excited. I actually think the fireball's fine. Not that I want to use it on minions, but might have to. Do you have a stream schedule, or you just start it randomly? I definitely don't have a hard schedule. It's usually around this time. I don't know. It's fluctuated a bit. Yeah. Could I best answer that? Because I used to do... I mean, I've only been doing this for like a month. Wow, this guy's a butthole. I used to do a bit of Hearthstone in the morning or like early afternoon, and then I would do something else late in the evening. But recently I've just been streaming around this time. So now I don't know. You said it's like super early for you, right? Like 3 in the morning or something crazy. So I don't know what that translates to in your time. Don't hate that. But I think it's probably going to continue to be something like this, where I'm going to stream around from about 2 hours ago till now-ish, something like that. Sleeping schedule's fucked up. Yeah, see, that's the thing with me as well. Now that now that I quit my 9 to 5 kind of thing, it's like I'm not forced to work any kind of schedule, and sometimes I have these bursts of motivation where I want to stay up all night and work on my game, and other times not so much. I don't want to doomsayer, but I feel like I have to. So, yeah, I'll probably try to stick to something like that. All my VODs are going to be pushed to YouTube, like I said, but, I mean, this live interaction is certainly one of my favorite parts, so, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably end up nailing it down a little bit more the longer that I do this, find out kind of what times work best for me, what time other people are coming by, but I would say your best chances to catch me are, yeah, from whatever it is in your time zone, like 2 to 3 hours before this, or potentially maybe another 2 hours, so maybe like 4 hours before this, something like that.
That belongs in a museum.
Okay. I think I like Blizzard. Actually, I don't like it, but I think I'm going to do it. You can ping this down next turn. Intellect and even work on pinging that down. We still got that up. We'll see. We'll see. It's alright for you. Well, that's good. For sure, it's something I'll take feedback from, because at least I've got the flexibility at this point, where if people ever do start hoping for a more like North American friendly time or a more European friendly time, I could cater to that at some point. Okay, now we can Frost Nova Doomsayer. In college as well. Oh, well that, yeah, that's gonna ruin everything, isn't it? Yeah, man, I was that way when I was going to school too. It is. Do I just Blizzard again? Let's see, but if we do that, 3, no, I think I like this better, because you get the ice block down, easier to get straws out. Yeah, when I was going to school, it was crazy. Like, I almost never attended class, which was one of the terrible things I did. But yeah, I'd stay up all night for studying or for exams or whatever. Good play? Okay, perfect. I think this is the right call. Even if he takes this out, that's alright. Yeah, I don't miss those school days. There is something really nice to having like a schedule and like a normal time. But I do definitely find it difficult to adhere to like regular schedule life as well. I actually don't think I should or can Alexstrasza now, because I don't have the follow-up for it. It's pretty terrible, so I'm going to try to get some more card draw here. In Corona times, you're studying from home. Yeah, I'm such a homebody that that's less of an issue for me. Like, I had to work from home for like a year before I quit. And that was an adjustment. Like, I didn't like it as much as being in the office, but it was fine. I don't know, something about school and having to do all that from home, it sounds worse to me. Hey, this is not bad. You have another ice block after. 9, 13, 15. I mean, he's probably got a swipe or something. If we Straza now, there's a good chance he procs it. You can Antonite his ice block, but that's only like 6, 12. It still doesn't set us up to win. I actually think you Straza Mirror Image. As strange as that looks, I think it's correct. And I do want to chip away at his armor. Yeah, that would be really tough. I would really hate that. Okay, I think we win here, because I don't think he procs it. But yeah, that's something I'm actually looking forward to, if any of this stuff takes off. You know, if we get more viewership. I hope you're right that whatever, more people want to want to come hang out, but I'm looking forward to getting that kind of that input and just like building up a community. Like I did start a Discord, which I think is, I don't know, it's linked somewhere. Maybe on my YouTube page or something like that. I don't know if it's here on Twitch. That nobody is currently in, but even just for hanging out outside a stream and referring to VODs and stuff like that. I don't know, man. It sounds like so much fun. Well, I guess I just pyroblast him in the face. For sure worse in person. You can at least be with classmates and have some fun. Lecture after lecture. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Yeah, there's something about not having the human interaction that just, I don't know. Even if you are more of an introverted person, you realize how much you miss it now. Alright, there we go. There's a win. Just like you wanted to see. Alright, nice to win one. We'll, I think we'll do at least one more before we go. That's the best feeling. Yeah, it feels so, like, rude, where their whole board is full, and you're already thinking, like, 2-3 turns ahead, and you're just like, I don't think there's anything he can do. Yeah, the full board and can't do anything. It's hilarious. Ooh. This guy is conflicting information. I always go by the rule that if they have the golden hero power, they usually play handlock. But this guy's got the legend card back, which makes me think. I'm gonna guess it's Zoo. But I kind of want to hold Pyroblast in the case that it's handlock. Just for the fact that it's Zoo. You think you just leave one of these? Interesting. Really good opening hand, though. I like this. You could just drop Doomsayer on 2.
Put this apple on your head. The end is coming.
Get in there! Fight! Dragon!
Oh, annoying. Okay, but it does save us some life, so not the worst thing. Like every other person you face is Zoo. Are you playing on Europe? I'm just guessing by your time zone.
My shield for Argus!
Yeah, because I feel like I've played way more handlock than I've played Zoo. But this is NA, so I don't know if there's actually that much of a difference in meta. Okay, this Blizzard's very helpful. Yeah, I don't know. Could just be luck too. Like, who knows? It is kind of an annoying deck to face. Sometimes you just get absolutely steamrolled. I would put this in a category very similar to Control Warrior. I think it's effective against like almost every single deck. This Blizzard's actually not going to do that much for us, is it? Maybe we draw Frost Nova. In fact, maybe I should have played Arcane Intellect last turn. Well, I think here we have to Blizzard. Buys us some time anyway. I actually think Zoo's an interesting deck, though. Even though it's hard to play against. It's very aggressive. Okay, well, let's dig a little bit and then throw up our ice block, I guess. Pray for second blade. Yeah, that would have been nice too. But there's actually a lot of skill in the deck that I think people don't see. And that's why when I think people who are very good with the deck play it, it actually starts to get really interesting. But I totally understand the frustration, especially like, you know, you can play really good all game, and if they just draw like Doomguard and top deck another Doomguard, or like, you know, Doomguard don't discard their Soulfire and then hit you for 9, it's pretty disheartening. Okay, let's do it again. Lovely. Yeah, you can see the difference between a good and bad zoo. Absolutely. So he should, if he's smart, not play another minion. It really doesn't matter, though. We are dead. We'll kill ourselves to a leopard gnome. Why not? Well, it was a fun run with Freeze Mage anyway. But I'm gonna call it there. Few hours there. Appreciate, I mean, I see there's a few people here. I don't know if there's lurkers, whatever. Appreciate anyone who's hanging out, watching. But especially Rosie here. Yeah, just a ton of fun. Yeah, no problem. Always down to do viewer recommendations. Yeah, just so much fun having anyone hang out. Like I said, I think it's crazy that like anyone wants to watch me play games at all. So anyone on YouTube or Twitch that's checking this stuff out, yeah, just huge thank you. Love the viewer interaction. So yeah, and anything you guys want to hit me up on YouTube, Twitch, yeah, dig up that Discord, whatever. As always, Artifacts, free tabletop RPG. It's in the description of both. But yeah, just a big thanks, and hopefully catch you guys next time. Watch the second half of all your classic classes video. Man, that is awesome. Just reading that stuff, this is so awesome. Thank you for doing that. Hope you enjoy it, man. But yeah, take care.